Osha sanko fo we a omo idea bi say so omo betena TV so omo betena radio so a obi aye kwasea yenko an ye tekasa sa kasa ne pese de dada obi ama no beji de ye ne gidi. And this issue happened on Peace FM. You see Abranti be friend Nana Yaw Kese, and the deliberate attempt to lie, to malign the NDC, to make people omutie the show not to think say I say MPP NDC for ni yankwasea for. Your group of people we are Ghana. Oh my imagine say, no matter what you be, they will find a way to create an impression. Say, BBS we Ghana, BBNC. Can you believe you say you're BB? Still, Mahama is governing with 60 ministers. Do you know that? Urefi meboa. 60 ministers. Intine him say between the 60 ministers are govern Ghana. We never knew. MPP for we are Munam Ghana, Jimmy Omoye, Monto Abamaye, no, Omu nipa saying, ministers saying, and they govern Ghana. Omu Muja eka saying a toho. Omu Ghana no, Diana, Omu Jamaya, Ibetuakasana, a dear esumbo. These people, Omu power, Sika saying Omu dear, yeda hon chase you for our money. But interestingly enough, 60 ministers near Ghana. 60. And I think, say, right now, no. There's something in Ghana, Anna, and it's a refi. We are getting too comfortable. Ama suddenly you fear problems. I see a real because of the good governance we are enjoying. Now people are not too angry. And when I say too angry, at a point in our lives as a people were angry about nothing. You know why? Because they were so angry about so many things, they didn't even know at a point, we didn't even know why we were angry. Ekufuado ne MP before my yebufu ya to the point. Usha Ghana niya ni buofu. Ba ubusana umwade kwa amani buofu because everything about time ani Ekufuado teno, it was horrible. It was basically like a nightmare. The trauma, our businessmen, parents, and Kwarakro Muwo school. It was only under Ekufuado ne Bawumia Kennedy Japan Brandy Champon. And you who say senior high school kids to me fresh shows so can say dabi. We are not going to allow this to happen to us. Even though we are going to be exiting and some people are going to come to the senior high school, we will vote against MPP for. That is the first time a TV, sir. Young people as young as 17, 18, they were screaming and getting angry. You know why? Because the government was a stupid government and the MPP is a government. And as our party, they are not people who are ready to help. We have forgotten suddenly that John Mahama is governing with only 60 ministers. You never know. Along the way, the 60 might even drop to Abia 50. You don't know. When things get better, you never know. One day, you'll be able to president and say, you know something? Now the numbers look good. Now our figures when it comes to international market look good. Our debt repayment is looking good. Now we are looking at our international reserves is looking good. Our GDP, now you know what? We need to drop the ministerial appointment. You ain't dropping from 50, 60. It can drop. That is governance. But you see, I keep telling Ghana for say, Jandam is dangerous. And your group of people be a say, no matter what this government does, at the papa biya or beye biano, omo per se omu gu abine ni masi. And sometimes, I don't go for because Kelvin, dear or time I can't reduce nibi. No, meantime. It is always good to establish radio stations, TV stations by Ghanaians. But I can tell you on authority, the kind of people or these Akan radio stations, they don't come there to work as professionals. They come there with a motive. Majority of Omoamote Akan radio so Ghana titru asantefono. They are not there as professional journalists. They are not there as professional journalists. 90% of them are there because of their affiliation to MPP and their tribal way of thinking. When they get the opportunity to speak on radio, and I said they get the opportunity to be radio presenters, and obviously most of them are not even qualified to be sitting on radio in the first place. But Sebio, Yejiminti, Yetumima Obia Kotana TV, so radio, so you're so a journalist. These people, when they wake up and they look at the issues in front of them, they don't look at it with a neutral eye and say, you know something, my job here is to let the people know the truth, irrespective of the party I like. And what they do is when they wake up in the morning, adwene na dadu do ni tirim ne say, how can I make my party superior and my tribe superior? Because you see, the Biana Nkofoka say, I don't know Kelvin Taylor there, Obeka MPP asema, what say Asantefo. I don't hate Asantefo. Some group of people sitting on our radio, so majority ni Asantefo. And majority no deliberate to try and make Ghana look like say someone support MPP. You are not intelligent. We will need to find a way to destroy you. That's what I don't like. And there are so many of them on radio so we expect them to know better. We expect them to be at least neutral in their deliberation, neutral in the way they look at issues. Because when I sit here and I speak on Asama Esu Ghana, Obi Osham Ghana bia one idea about the matter. Obi Wabroche bia idea. There are millions of people watching me. The kind of qualification of what minibi. I cannot sit here and make it look like say it can never be possible. What I can do here is to let the person who is smarter than me in whatever understand the same respecting intelligence, and that I am trying to make a point that at the end of the day sounds intelligent. But Osha Sanko for we are omo idea be say some betina TV so betina radio so a obia ye kwasia yenkwa na ye tekasa sakasa na ye pese de dada obia ma no begidi ye ni egidi. It does not work like that. And this issue happened on Peace FM. You see Abranti be friend Nana Yaw Kese, and the deliberate attempt to lie, to malign the NDC, to make people omutie the show not to think say I say MPP NDC for ni yankwasiafo omu yo mambofo. I say NDC for no omu tiny pa. I say NDC for no adentina ye de ya santefo ya kanfo radio adentina wo say ye ka bi ema ye ka no kore no ma obi ehu the difference between MPP and NDC. So what na radio so na say ofra some training. You are not supposed to be master of everything. You want some trouble for their expert in law. You want some trouble for their expert in environmental science and environmental reporting. Your expert that they strictly report on agricultural issues. Your journalists are almost reporting on political issues. But your general understanding of journalism, and that general understanding is especially say Obetina Akunyum as a social political host of a show. You have to at least have about 80% idea of all current affairs or current events. Say about 80% there you need to know. And then a different from Sebio Mami Otiokrasi. And then a different from Sebio, ya mami bia, ya nana bia, ya uncle bia, ya wuni pebia Sebio, baby outino, omonya kunya if you said, dear not what to miss Yanko omun to miss Yanko Druho. And then I would do a yasia, Yama Akunyaba Akosatinaso, if you say, ni patrimuno, o dear Sebio, samna, utmitia ye, a church muchreye. Your position as a journalist, when you sit, is supposed to be a professional position whereby, oh man, nipa be ngini se nipa be yankwasiafo. The moment I bet na TV so and radio so, na wadwini no, omo mutie oni bi so omo jimi no, you become the problem and you have to become the enemy. Now, Mummy, go to your Peace FM. I brand your friend Nana Yaw Kese. And these are the kind of people our matina radio so ache. Oh, Kasa the names see Amaka Swaka City Penny. Oh, Kasa the names see say I wait your matina radio so ache. But you see, a bro enen kwasiade omdi radio ni ye no. Sa radio omde say mine, omde say nipa no. Say yankasem na yantu entosukọ kwa nkyere sa nkwasiafo yi bi say ya. Yet one no masakofo another kufuado abedi so abese Ghana. These are the foolish people who did yodium. MPP was body patu na say Jimmy Fo we atiti radio so Peace FM. No mo tetewo na omu defend chrono. They were defending people being murdered. They were defending bad economy. They were defending arrogance. They were defending corruption to the highest point. All in the name say, yeah, the Atia Santikasa, inti say, obi a huneni, obi a nkrani, obi a kroboni, obi a buruni, obi a dienia, or so timime diena no tiasie. So anti me kasana or kwasia. That is the mentality. San kwasia for wait na TV suni radio so. That is the mentality they have. Now, young gongo tie, sa brand tie wait na radio so. Na opeso create impression be say, NDC are buying bo mu trimu po. Say, Omobeyi, Madam Tokonu, as a journalist, actually with Jimmy. said you are kwasia, because it is so easy for you. There were so many documents that came out from the committee report, from the beginning, the petitioning, all the way through to the presidency, the peace council of state members, a commission, because there was a process. It's where Jimmy Kurana unima kenka wodumu bono. We are crossing a debatina radio, so I need certification papa biano. Where Jimmy Kurano, ma obin kinka and church the munchro. But so we need the honor wa say, oh, me pese me go NDC ni mase, me pese me go John Mahama ni mase, me pese me ya na manfo bi fa oban ho tan a na wakoye kwasia into bi share baby no de bibi bowa or de akoma sew and de bibia bow if you say uti radio so na wudi atro. And these are some of the things we are trying to prevent. Now, sa papa we friend Yaw Kese. Nana Yaw Kese Jimmy nkwa o wemu Jimmy and omodi akeke no modi 50 o ebi kroma bro. Omutu munyina fudwene Jimmy de omudi radio ni yene se omakọ eyi aso omne nkofo yere makoda eno ano no ene ehia wa ha ene we ye me ofa we de na mdim no we kurase ni ekogya no ena omu nseda ni anything anything professional bi ombetumi dia church nsemu idea ni nyina ne say yete kwame despite radio so ye asantefo ye nsai aban no ya de papa kura ye nsai no momi anko tie kwasia we and these people I don't spare them because omu Jimmy. Listen to this idiot.
Ebia no obeje
abazi mame misa wasem ba ko na fe menko doc
so
se house mame a wasum Ghana se temuafo every high court akọ court of appeal e da ko wie supreme court ewuremu aba beye temuafo pani ene ye yinadi enti pen kra no oman ne mane bi o kofie nsansa na ebesi ne yentime nkyere se bone kura maame ne ye yen eni bone poti we no ye ye nti okofie nsansan enhaw
Yaw Kese.
Yes sir.
Shall say coffee ye man pin.
At least on the bone
ye man pin. Nti mami we do chance I also say.
But Charlotte said the
I said the one so mine.
Difference woman say. Train. Difference woman say. Charlotte say no bisa akwala akra onim de ye.
Oh yeah dey.
Okay. Charlotte say the call do ko ball na be de akire na one ye adwuma ne say. Omo abo adeto mu kro no. Procurement breaches o mai bi. And omo no so di bi ba pie so say ne wabo midua de ne ma pa akire say. Wo na wo de asem no call ye no. Wo so abokro no ba aku mienu miensa enan. Nti ho na Charlotte say asem ne sha asem.
On say wonya dagie atwetwem. Na wo na Yaw Kese uti ane no. Madam Tokunu asem de wo de wunnim bone a wo ye. Wo de wunnim kra.
Me ma wo
Charlotte de what to bu atwetwem
because
the former suspended chief justice de ni de wunnim kra. Me catch us say sika na kaye abansika cheso ni ye na adwuma no. O ko ye busafo adwuma in a nutshell.
Sa adwuma ben.
Who be sami? Charlotte say de na ye de men. You see?
Oh, obenye kumti wo. And my team, they are boosting the sound. I'll play it again. When we are oye. Enya oya ya wo NDC ni enya oya. Se maami a wasom Ghana, Madam Tokonu. Ende ye yi na onfa bibia nkofie enya mo ya. Ena papa ne se na Madam Tokonu no chen Charlotte say ana. Ena papa ne busa say na Charlotte say ena maami we asem no. Why are you making it look like say obi etan Tokonu na omana kofie? Oh, Charlotte said they say him the oye. Ena papa ne busa na inti maami we unim na maami we ye. O say ne de onim kwasia we a host morning show. These are people and upon kutakra say or no be church Ghana and say muachro. Also penye jakum to wa edin because that is how they communicate. That is how they do. They destroy people. They destroy governments. Charlotte said in a CB 8 years to 9 years rokai. But talk on what some see you know. Now cause you pay what radio say or your morning show host. I didn't was a deliberate. Neni daho. Omo person create impression be say and this if one alpha talk on one time. But this fool Jimmy way kwame despite no ni hu de odi fa sika ye ntina osore na enkwasiade na odi ni sika ye Jimmy way to wo the process atoko no fe mu a ye nyina ye te wo a ye kenkan ye ye bedu the end of the process no or say on kai bi onim the reason ti atoko no ye pamo no na me Jimmy kura no na anopa Makoso Peace FM se metie. Enkwasiafo we. And the reason why we install these people is ana montiasio. Domo ya nanya mistake o. I get deliberate. I know sometimes, you know. May come be Ghana for say, I'm to Kwasia baby, Kelvin Taylor there, or the other. I know what Jimmy and I'm on watch out. Where Jimmy are with Jimmy. Yeah, so we are Jimmy for. We are Jimmy for. I don't need to use the nice words at you because you don't feed me and I don't feed you. But so where Jimmy there, I need to let you know. So where Jimmy? And to me, when you tell me, Kelvin Taylor there, Tama, and come in coat and come in skin because at the end of the day, I don't crawl to you to give me food. But what I can tell you, so with Jimmy there, I will not spare you. I'll let you know, so with Jimmy. Adia Ushe no, and Jimmy. How can this be journalism? How on earth do you call this journalism? Where? Where on earth? And then I would now a creative impression be say, Tokonu, Obi sorry, and say, yeah, you know, at GBB finism. Tokonu had the opportunity to work and take all her benefit with her. And OD MPP before we eat. She had every opportunity to take every benefit. The benefit of the Bekofi. But Mamin, because of her greed, she was thinking she will embarrass the president, embarrass the government, and make everybody look like a fool. No? And then her ending was her. So why are you people not looking at the facts? Most of them better radio swa. Jimmy sa wemo. They don't know anything. They have not been to any school. They don't have any ethics when it comes to this job. Kwame that's right now when you kwasi sika bi no hu Jimmy ni bi o se kwatena radios na metua oka. Yes. Kwame that's right agent kwasi sika bi na ohu de onfanye onim how to invest the money into a talk area or se hu krasi ni ba ko betena radio so how can this benefit the nation? How is this going to benefit the nation? Unless you are a fool. You don't sit there and make it look like, say, why are you even sitting there as a morning host? What makes you a morning host? What makes you a journalist? As soon as see 8 years, they wakai. 9 years no kai. Na yen yina documents ya kin kan ye ansa na tokonu ye yina free office no de won kai. Na nipa fun we abetena ho ye udi na tema is we di atam. Udi kwasi ampanyi we atama we di atam. These are people who are deliberately destroying this nation. Are you deliberate? Anything I mean, minyomo, menfanchomo, omwe Jimmy, listen to it again.
Ebia no obeje.
Agbazi, mami misa wasem ba ko na fe menko doc.
So
Sir how say? Mami a wasum Ghana. Say timuafo. Every high court. Ako court of appeal. E da ko wie Supreme Court. E remu aba beye timuafo pani. Ene ye yinadi. Enti pen kra no oman ne mani bi. O ko fie nsansa. Na ebesi ne yentime nkyere se bone kra mami ne ye yen eni. Bone poti we no ye ye enti o ko fie nsansa no how.
Yaw Kese.
Yes sir.
Shall say coffee ne man pin.
At least on the bonnet
ye man pin. Nti mami we do chest I also say.
But Charlotte said the
other say the one so mine.
Difference the woman say. Train. Difference the woman say. Charlotte say no bisa akwala akra onim de yi.
Oh yeah dey.
Okay. Charlotte say the kwadu ko ball na be de akire na one omo ye adwuma ne say. Omo abo adeto mu kro no. Procurement breaches o mai bi. And omo no so di bi ba pie so say ne wabo midua de ne ma pa akire say. Wo na wo de asem no call ye no. Wonso so abokoro no ba ku mienu miensa enan nti ho na Charlotte say asem ne sha asem
on say wanya dagie atwetwem na wo na Yaw Kese uti ane no madam tokunu asem de wo de wunnim bone a wo ye wo de wunnim kra
me ma wo ba
Charlotte de what to bu atwetwem
because
the former suspended chief justice de de wunnim kra me catch us say the can na kaye abansika a cheso ni ye na adwuma no o ko ye busafo adwuma in a nutshell.
Ejuma ben
who be sami Charlotte say dey na dey men you see ebia no obeje
Agbazi mami misa wasem ba ko na fe menko doc
so
say how say mami a wasum Ghana say timuafo every high court ako court of appeal e da ko wie Supreme Court e remu aba beye timuafo pani ene ye yinadi enti pen kra no oman ne mani bi o ko fie nsansa na ebesi ne yentime nkyere se bone kra mame ne ye yen eni bone poti we no ye enti o ko fie nsansa no how
Yaw Kese.
Yes, sir.
Charlotte say coffee a man pin.
At least on the bonnet.
Yeah, man pin. Nti mami we do church I also say.
But Charlotte said
the one so mine.
Difference woman say. Train. Difference woman say. Charlotte said no bisa akwala onim de
oh yeah dey.
Okay. Charlotte said the call do ko ball na be de akire na one omo ye adwuma ne say. Omo abo adeto mu kro no. Procurement breaches o mai bi. And omo no so di bi ba pie so say ne wabo midua de ne ma pa akire say. Wo na wo de asem no call ye no. Won so abokoro no ba ku mienu miensa enan nti ho na Charlotte say asem ne chance
on say wonya dagie achechim na wo na Yaw Kese uti ane no madam tokunu asem de wo de wunnim bone a wo ye wo de wunnim kra
me ma wo ba
Charlotte de what to bu achechim
because
the former suspended chief justice de de wunnim kra me catch us say the can na kaye a bicycle a chese on ye na ejuma no o ko ye busafo ejuma in the nashel
sa ejuma ben
who be sami Charlotte say dey na e dey men you see
but you know the funny thing any sin na not na obusan say aden na obusa question as a journalist no obi tiro ka say akwede so nya asantini memfa ni serious. I'm telling you yenti na Yaw Kese de na ya asantini ba on ka kankasa twi kasa ba ko no ne accent no ana ne pronunciations no uhu say onye pure akani inti automatically obi tie show na because na say akwa ba ko no kra no asante kasa kra wonte ono wonte akankasa enso na Yaw Kese no wajimi but because okatwi because oye bia sebi oya asantini nti ono ne ehunu say odim nyansa enso between the two of them odim say na Yaw Kese ne yakwasea. He does not deserve to sit in that chair. No. And you see, when we make these kind of statements saying go for the be a Jimmy, we need to tell them in their faces so much Jimmy I say muadie. Yanyan kwarasa o. Yanyan kwarasa o Ghana ho. Yanyan kwarasa o be etino. We have every right to tell everyone our minds and Jimmy, especially when what they are doing can destabilize a democracy. Sadie we no mu ye no from ko 4 times sa and no mu twa ntroto nipa so and no be pia atamels time omu twa ntroto atamels so sa and no mu kofo achichidie we bae Muhammad me pesa me kan asem Muhammad no mu so oyetani aboa omu di natam from day 1 till date na yeda wudi Muhammad me no ka say nde yeda wudi Muhammad atem adentira ne boni oye nyina ne say oyetani na obedi president and was obedi president. And this is what we have been living with. These are where you're 1 out of 1 million of these kind of presenters in Ghana on various radio stations. Obu kotie wuntumi, I say mfui. Nipa to work as I say aboa. I say onimi nyansa. And what hurts me is say, so omu tisono omu kasa say ya until say omu kasa so person who say omu ejimi na omu bu omu muti omu so omu ejimi a majority of the time no so omu kasa o TV so no radio so a o audience na be kire say so ubu omu so omu Jimmy and omu Jimmy into usha majority of the time no nipa omu ti omu no they don't respect their intelligence omu so omu Jimmy omu adwene wo form it is always nipa na wuti omu a you should feel say they don't respect you they see you so omu Jimmy. How can this be presenter on TV on radio prime time radio anopa even Nana Yaw Kese na some no ka efa Charlotte say the petition okra it was not right, it was wrong. Go and read Charlotte say petition omnikotia Charlotte say go and read it. Go and read. They are still making things up against Charlotte say. And that is Peace FM, that is Jandam. That is what they have done. And they don't have anything to say. And how about you say news in Ghana? It is because we have suppressed this kind of demonic evils. These are termite. These are dangerous diseases. Almost say Ghana democracy. That is what they did in Nkrumah till date. We have lived with them. We know the kind of people they are. They are dangerous demons. And the Bibian say these are foolish masses. We need to take them out of the system, stop them from using the radio, and we need to clean the system. And may my happiness is every day killing Jandam and and continuously destroying lies and making sure no kre edi Ghana politics win kind. That is my principle. That is my end game. My end game is say Ghana bedroom pempenso bia kwase bi ntumi kasa tribe nti to abama me. Kwase bi ntumi kasa ohini bi nti to abama me. Kwase bi ntumi kasa we de na no kasa no enti yes bia ma no ate ntimi to abama no. Kwase bi nkasa say ye de free ha we mu free ha nti to abama we. Me pese you do that point people will reason. When you speak, people reason, will ask you questions. On said the man decided to ask him questions. No, I don't Jimmy. Because that is what they do. Kwame Sefaka Munya de omo no. Also ka say opeje de committee wo. Why di timu shine. Abey fo nko. That is what they do. They coming into the limelight is always making sure say almost sustain the jandam no. And right now they cannot sustain the jandam. And it's na MPP ne gu no. Can't you see the MPP collapsing? MPP, omo oxygen. MPP, omo blood. Atro. The moment you cut that blood, they are done. And anytime I just say, they are going to be in opposition for years. Because sa blood na ko obutrimuno. Sa blood na pompo omakoma no. I have tied it. And they are not getting free flow blood. So they are living half-half. And it's in a party region and I back also because we are not going to give them enough blood for them to fool until we have taken half of the sa pipe na sa veins sa whatever na ede moja ko omakume mu no matai ne kakra men time an see you matai no until flow no I very slow and it's in a party I say Jimmy for manam hono because right now I don't have anything to say. She said and what is going on? You see asama esini. Hey Asamesi, DNSC, yes, IGP are directed CID headquarters to take over investigations into attack on Naimo's team at Shidium. Into the SNO, you see, MPP, NDC, MPB, you see, Naimo's Koya arrest be, and you see, MPP, NDC, MPB, Koho, and or catch your boys, say, Mom, penny, hey, Ghana and say, Mabodam, story new ho. Story be any nothing day, this story. There is no story. Story be any ho. Whatever happened there, it has been solved. And the matter say Jimmy from TTV, the MP should be sacked. Sacked on what? What did he do? The police are investigating. What did he do? Nobody has been able to show one evidence of what happened. Nobody. From journalists to whatever, to CSOs, to some unnecessary fools. Who has evidence? Everybody speaking is saying, the way kind of and yes, now the old kind and yes, then investigations needs to be open. So I am a journalist for being Yaw. Maybe they want to be recognized or they want to be known. The issue is the fact that happened now is your narrative does not make what happened there. You are simply the truth. That is the issue. So we are journalists, so we are CSO, so we are whatever happened there, no. It is not your narrative, and also by force. It is only investigations that will determine whether they see or where the bonnet and where the bonnet. You people have nothing to say. No. Collins Dowd and Anchor Sampo Assembly in the constituency or say on one a place he call my instructions. Into one story new ho MPP Pejandam Omo Pebibia say Yengwa Emfa. No MP is going to be sacked because they know better. And I know because every single MP in Ghana knows to say Naimo Sejuma Muyana a president number direction so Munyejuma. And they know. And they know that when the president gives Naimos the direction to work, you need to respect that. So if there's been confrontation, Naimos Yene Juma, now maybe there's been a confrontation and misunderstanding. That to me is that the whole country should come down. Nothing is going to come down. Nothing. I'm still yet to hear somebody say, Makochi say MP where Yebodi Dino or Galamsey. Nobody can say that because the MP is not involved in Galamsey. Nobody can officially come and say, Collins Dowda, or Galamsey, me evidence, there's nothing. Some people are arrested. They want to resist arrest. MP gets in there, he confronts the Naimos. MP sees the situation, maybe and yes, Naimos for who. At the end of the day, if they could not agree on something, what is this about? Hey, Ghana, the world should come down. Nothing is going to go down. BBNC, The police have the right to investigate. And Mimetier, until the police are done with their investigations, I will not blame anybody. Because I know all these MPs in Ghana, they know for a fact that nobody can obstruct the president's decision to fight illegal mining. And so far, nobody has been able to tell me, say, MPB with evidence, a hearsay. Everybody is speculating. And the NPP, they want to force this. Yenya scandalo, yenya sembonio, yema wembeya sem into who can she be kwasi abe, you know. We don't understand. We need state of emergency. Go to Metro FM, Metro TV. Paul Adomotre is sitting there. He has no credibility. You are the board chair of Metro. Kwasia, no principle. Go there and tell him to leave TV. You cannot, because that is where you eat. So nobody should think, say, this one, oh, where the begua enko baby, nothing. Ghana for Jimmy you. Ghana for Jimmy you. Nobody is stupid. We have seen the effort. We have seen the effort this government is putting into this. So far, every single statement you've heard is speculation. Whether journalists, whether who, everything is speculation. Obey to me for one evidence. Sa MPR, Mojin so first time MP. Yan kan ding na o kan go saying so why den boni ben why what where boni na ne den. Yes you MP ba ho no na MP who can give us actual facts say MP no and the kogada mob who nobody so far. This is what we saw, this is what we think, and we believe what Jimmy's yemfa san kasem. Yemfa san kasem. If there's evidence to prove, take it to the police, give it to the police, and let the police do what? Let the police do what? Let the police do the investigations. If the MP needs to be penalized, the MP will be penalized. But we don't sit here and do hearsay. Ye jai, what's your for? Time and more power, no? Your body patum etrimutuo, Mosamante. Hey, and there, most of the where Cynthia then, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to happen. Bibian see it. The MP is going to work. And I know the MPs know, they know better. The MPs know better. So far, Obia Betna TV Swa, and this is what I believe. Obia Kase bin who Obia also Ojina Hoa is see. So far, Obia to me for clear-cut evidence in my speculations. Yeah, first speculations in Bumayo. More per scandal, Papa Mra. Yeah, but where did you? It is not going to change anything. May catch them. Messiah, which one is this? Oh, okay. I don't even need it. Inti, Samo pe bibi, amonko fa bibi papa mra. We no ense Ghana for adwene. The economy is doing well. The government is doing its best to fight illegal mining. The police, they have been given that the authority to investigate. So far, who will be our evidence? I mob. He organized mob. He organized mob from where? He organized mob from where? So what evidence now? For police. So also a credible journalist, our evidence from a police and say, oh, I was there when the MP met the mob and the MP gave this money to them and the MP was in this room with them and they gathered them and the MP gave them this. For speculative journalism, speculative reports, because MPP ni bibia, you are thirsty for scandal. There's no scandal. Bibian or Bibian see. There's nothing. Bibian see. Jimmy Konwa. Bibian John Mahama will still control. NDC will still control. Aban Papa, the government is delivering. It is not this jandam and BBI. Nothing is going to change. Because you see something. Miscommunication is bound to happen. These kind of things, when you go to a community, you want to arrest one of them or some of the people there, people are going to resist. It's normal. Community, you are going to get people who are in support of even Obi Krabo, Obi Tuo, community mua, yon conform protect Sanipano, Edwin Senipano is not guilty. So when it comes to these kind of things, na mo sabe baby, na achinkofobia beshem, na se epese de oboko, na ekromo boys se someone tiasie, na se MP betwem, na se what is the big deal about this? MP na edeng. I'm still yet to see somebody tell me, say, MP ni site ni, ye ko no jina ho, no ye gala. You have no evidence, nothing. MP ni problem you say he was passing there and he was found at the place the incident happened. Into an negada mob mu yankwasiafo. Sa na mo jinsi ebu Ghana. Mo say mo 1992 azana mo ye no ene de bebu Ghana. I will always stand up and speak after the investigations. When if the MP is found guilty, I will not let him go. But so far, Nothing is pointing to this MP. It is out of pain. Yaw. There's no scandal. There's nothing. Yaw. It is out of frustration from the MPP before. Yenya bibia nka o. Se sia ne de nka for mo ho. Se sia the NDC no, omo ye bibia fine. Yempa bibi into eba na nkwasiafo bia jampe. Yenya den, inti yenya den, inti yenya den. Inti yenya den. 9 months is still intact. They are still working. Investigations are still going. Mu ye de day. Masa mamu ntie sa nkwasasem we na mo nkomonim. Don't listen to these fools. Omo pa mo nkoku omo ho.